왜 그렇게 재미없게 살아? 넌 울고 싶잖아.
내가 알던 누구랑 같은 눈빛을 갖고 있어.
그 여자 무서웠어?
Will It's Okay to Not Be Okay return for a second season? Find out the most recent information on the cast, release date, and the plot of the upcoming K-drama. Don't miss what this popular series has in store for you. Let's get started. It's Okay to Not Be Okay's second season premiered on Netflix in the summer of 2020, but details about it have been hard to come by. In this K-drama series, two orphaned brothers named Moon Gang-tae and Moon Sang-tae explore the relationship they develop with children's book author Ko Moon-young. In It's Okay to Not Be Okay, mental health is a major theme as the three protagonists explore recovery and personal growth through their relationships. The show's premise was inspired by the screenwriter Jo Young's own experiences dating a man with a personality problem, demonstrating her empathy and understanding throughout the story. It's Okay to Not Be Okay's first season received high appreciation for how well it portrayed people with mental illnesses and neurodivergent characteristics. According to social media conversations monitored by Nielsen Media Research via Hand Cinema for 5 weeks, the program continuously ranked at the top of the list for the most significant TV dramas. It's Okay to Not Be Okay's high IMDb user rating demonstrates how popular it is, but a second season's renewal is still up in the air. It's still unclear if the show will keep up its compelling storyline. In the uplifting love story, It's Okay to Not Be Okay, Kim Soo-hyun plays a troubled nurse at a mental health facility whose destiny is entwined with that of Seo Yi-ji, an author with an antisocial personality disorder. Kim Soo-hyun portrays Moon Gang-tae, a medical staff member at a mental health facility. His older autistic brother is the lone member of his family, and he has spent his entire life taking care of him at the expense of his own needs. He makes an effort to get by while struggling in silence. However, Ko Moon-young enters his life like a whirlwind and completely upends his entire universe. Ko Moon-young is Seo Yi-ji. She manages to produce successful children's books while keeping her antisocial personality disorder a secret. She is chilly, cunning, and slightly scary. She focuses on Gang-tae and launches a tangled romance between the two of them. Oh Jung-se then plays Moon Sang-tae. He is the older brother of Gang-tae. Due to his autism, he has trouble understanding others, which has presented problems for him and Gang-tae. Sang-tae is highly devoted, self-reliant, and also wants to do what he can to aid Gang-tae, despite the fact that Gang-tae usually takes care of him. This drama is something else. This is one of those exceptional shows that captivates your attention and transports you on an emotional journey that, by the time that it's over, has transformed you. Really unique. The drama resembles a grim contemporary fairy tale. It has a mystical feel to it because of the way the narrative is presented. Every dialogue line in the screenplay had a purpose because the writing was so excellent. The sets were built with careful consideration and the scenes were shot with meticulous care. A lot of thinking went into the production as a whole. The OST further accentuated this mystical feeling. These all came together nicely to engulf us in this fairy tale, which was both comforting and a little scary. Every time Kim Soo-hyun and Seo Yi-ji appeared on screen together, it was utterly engaging in a variety of ways, thanks to their outstanding performances. It was clear that they clicked. They frequently got hot and cold with one another, which leads to some highly heated and extremely emotional situations. This couple's initial conflict makes their connection a little unsettling. Their interactions with one another aren't always the best. These two individuals are utterly broken. However, they are drawn to one another and the barriers between them gradually begin to dissolve. However, the journey is not linear and there are numerous humps on the path. Healing starts to develop as they continue to learn and develop their relationship. With this pair, we go through a lot of happiness and sorrow, but it's all worthwhile to see these two hurting individuals confront their issues and find solace in one another. I was totally engrossed in this wonderful romance. It's Okay to Not Be Okay has received positive reviews and huge viewership, but a second season is quite improbable. K-dramas often seek to portray a whole tale within a single season, in contrast to American TV shows that frequently last for several seasons. The majority of K-dramas follow this structure, while there have been a few anomalies with programs like Squid Game and All of Us Are Dead. It's Okay to Not Be Okay follows this pattern by concluding the majority of its storylines at the end of Season 1. The mother's death mystery is cleared out in the program, the boys are given justice by having the murderer sent away, and the love story comes to a satisfying conclusion. It's Okay to Not Be Okay's second season wouldn't be necessary with this thorough finish. It's Okay to Not Be Okay Season 2 has not been confirmed, despite receiving positive reviews and a strong audience. It's actually highly improbable to happen. While American TV shows typically have several seasons, K-dramas aim to tell the entire plot in only one. Expected release date. The second season of It's Okay to Not Be Okay had a release date that viewers could anticipate based on information from the first season, despite the implausible Season 2. On May 8, 2020, the Korean TV network TVN published the first table read images on the website Naver. On June 20, 2020, the show then started releasing its initial episodes in a staggered fashion. It is reasonable to assume that the second season of It's Okay to Not Be Okay will be released quickly after its production companies, Story TV and Gold Medalist, announced the continuation, given the quick turnaround for the first season. Cast. The primary trio of actors will reprise their roles if the series gets a second season. Ko Moon-young, a children's book author with an antisocial personality disorder, ASPD, will be played by Seo Yi-tae. In addition, Jang Young-nam, who played Moon-young's mother, Park Hyang-ja, in the first season of It's Okay to Not Be Okay, is anticipated to make a comeback. Park Gyu-young, who plays the nurse and co-worker Nam Ju-ri, who secretly harbors emotions for Gang Tae, is another supporting actor who has the potential to return. As Lee Sang-in, the head of the publishing house that distributes Moon-young's books, Story Info. The emphasis is anticipated to change to Moon-young's path in coping with the feelings and anguish brought on by Yang-ja's imprisonment if It's Okay to Not Be Okay is renewed for a second season. Although Moon-young seems to have reached closure, the healing process is not simple. She will probably continue to have long-term symptoms brought on by the trauma of her mother's incarceration. Additionally, the stress she experiences could trigger a flare-up of ASPD symptoms. Jo Young is anticipated to go more deeply into the character's battles with mental illness in Season 2 of It's Okay to Not Be Okay. In addition to affecting Moon-young, the deterioration of her condition would also have an adverse effect on Gang Tae and Sang Tae's emotional health. Despite justice being served, it is expected that the brothers would struggle with re-traumatization and the reappearance of their past losses because the show has received recognition for its sympathetic representation of mental health difficulties. It's Okay to Not Be Okay, a K-drama series, captured viewers' attention with its captivating plot and gorgeous cinematography. It won multiple prizes and was acknowledged as one of the top international events of 2020. Kim Soo-hyun, Seo Ya-ji, Oh Jung-se, and Park Kyo-young are the actors in the drama. Although the first season was a success, the second season's possibility is yet unknown. Why are people interested in watching It's Okay to Not Be Okay Season 2? The drama's original premise, vivid storyline, and top-notch performances won praise from critics. Strong performances came from Kim Soo-hyun, Seo Ya-ji, Oh Jung-se, and Park Kyu-young. The show was also available to view on Netflix, which frequently renews popular shows from around the world in order to appeal to its international audience. South Korean television shows typically have one season. Nevertheless, there have been recent expectations, with certain K-dramas being renewed in response to fan demand. In addition, Netflix frequently continues successful series for its global audience. That's all we have for now. For more videos like this, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.